No, you don't have to do that.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh
Yeah. La Yashala.
If you want to do that, like, if you want it, like, that's good. And
Imagine. Upon Hakidam. Which means rise and face the east. Do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Taba'ah. Razaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Hawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. The thunder now. The calm. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kabawafi now. Kasalak now. Kabawafi now. Wala. Dabayan now. Manasai one. Abo. Awashai now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Malakwa. Wa Allah. Wa the Pars. Awalaya. Ama.
The Lord's Prayer in English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed
be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Alahari. Mayan. Yaba'ah. Azari. Ma'ain. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Barataza. Aliyatan. Lamawat. Regalka. Aliyanawam. Marka. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yashan. Shalmar. Yashala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Zalka. Yad. Yamyanka. Yawmam. Shamash. La'a. Yakaka. Layora. Layala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makal. Ra'ai. Yashamar. Atnapash. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'aka. Wabawaka. Mayata. Why? I will not.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes. Unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Yasha'Allah. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
The prayer for the power, the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yahushua. Dananau. Hakak. La'pa'ah. Kal Makala. Kal Marawa. Hakak. La'shahar. Lamatazorayim. Hakak. Lahaklim. Amati. Hakak. Arakawa. Ma'ala. Garsha. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water of
The power in English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In the name of Yahweh.
please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean
Power
spirits.
against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Prayer and bless Israel in Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahweh.
Barak Lanao.
Barak Lanao.
Ba'ashala.
Yashal.
Ba'abiyah.
Wahabayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Baraba'ah.
Ba'ah.
Magun.
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 Say the name of loved ones once, or repeat the name. Repeat the name once.
All right, so and for time's sake, we are going to say all of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
Brothers and sisters outside of the UPK.
Brothers and sisters outside of UPK. Ba'ashim Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahweh.
The what I'm up.
What I'm up. In English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless He'll shield protect.
Bless you, shield protect.
Loved ones.
The loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damiyah.
Adamiyah.
Lakat.
Lakah.
Al-Takarash.
Atakaras.
Al-Tachakwat.
Atashakwa.
Oh.
Oh.
Kahana.
Kayahana.
Al-Yabit.
Ayabika.
Yahama.
Yaham.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Almaka.
Ya'yama.
Yarayama.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Layata.
Layaka.
Yatazawa.
Yazazawa.
Atazawapanka.
Atazapamuka.
Amaru.
Amaru.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakiyadam.
Wanakidam.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Yashala.
Yashala.
Iwara.
Iwara.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nantazawa.
Nasazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakat.
Ayaka.
Ayak.
Baria.
Baria.
Karakwa.
Yakrak.
Alia.
Ali.
Adawam.
Adamon.
Wayashimai.
Wayashimai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Moa'aba.
Moab.
Wagari.
Wagari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Waimawan.
Waimawan.
Waimalat.
Waimalat.
Alasha.
Alasha.
Ain.
Ain.
Ishabia.
Shabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum.
Gum.
Ashawar.
Ashmor.
Nalawa.
Nawak.
Amam.
Amon.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zawai.
Zarwa.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Nawat.
Nawak.
Selah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Asha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamaji.
Kamai.
Kasiyasora.
Kasiyasara.
Kayabia.
Kayabi.
Banakaho.
Fa'o.
Kayashwan.
Yashma.
Nashama.
Nashma.
Mashamadwa.
Nashma.
Bayan Daara.
Bayan Da'ar.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Yaman.
Laman.
Ladama.
Ladam.
Shatamwa.
Shatam.
Nada.
Nada.
Yab.
Ya.
Mawa.
Mawa.
Kera.
Tara.
Wakaza Abba.
Kaza'ab.
Wakaza Bak.
Kazabak.
Wakatazal.
Kazo.
Manai.
Benar.
Call.
Call.
Nazia Kamwa.
Nasir Kamu.
Asha.
Ashar.
Amawa.
Amar.
Nairashwa.
Narash.
Lanawa.
Lanam.
Ah.
Ah.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alhayim.
Alahayim.
Alhaya.
Alahaya.
Shatamwa.
Shatam.
Gauka.
Lagar.
Kwash.
Lakwas.
Anya.
Lapanya.
Raka'a.
Aka'a.
Kaash.
Ka'at.
Tabara.
Lagar.
Yara.
Yair.
Wakalahaba.
Wagwahal.
Dalahat.
Alahat.
Hario.
Hari.
Khan.
Khan.
Radama.
Narata.
Basir Ka. Basar. Soraka.
Wasarka.
Wabasa.
Babasa.
Bathka.
Patka.
Tabalaham.
Talahum.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Banyaham.
Hanyam.
Kalawan.
Walawan.
Babakashwa.
Babafas.
Kash.
Shuka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Bash.
Waba Awa.
Waba Om.
Idea.
Ai.
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 Wab Kaparwa.
Wakapar.
Wabadwa.
Wayabat.
Wayadawa.
Wayadan.
Kayata.
Kayata.
Chumka.
Shuka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Baka.
Batka.
Ayawan.
Aliwan.
Al.
Al.
Ka.
Ka.
Kaharataza.
Haratasa. Psalms 83. And in English, keep not thy silence,
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still,
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come.
Let's cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yasha'Allah may be no more in remembrance.
The name of Yasha'Allah may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
you.
are confederate against you.
The tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the
of
Ishmaelites,
Moab,
Moab,
the Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
the Baal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
and
Amalek,
Amalek,
Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot,
Open the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah.
doing to them as unto the Midianites,
Going to them as the Midianites.
as to Sisera,
To Sisera.
as to Jabin,
To Jabin.
at the brook of Kison,
Brother Kassan.
which perished at Endor.
Perished the Endor.
They became as dung for the earth,
It became as dung for the earth.
make the nobles like a rib,
Make the nobles like a rare.
and like Zeed.
Isaiah.
Yea,
Yeah.
all the princes as Zabah,
All the princes of Ziba.
and as the moon,
And as a woman.
who said,
Said,
let us take to ourselves
let's take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in
the
possession.
house of Yahweh possession.
O my power,
For my power.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel.
as a stubble before the wind,
As stubble for the wind.
as a fire burneth the wood,
As fire burns the wood.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
Flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
Persecute them with thy temper.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill the face of shame.
that they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord.
let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame and perish,
Let them be put to shame and perish.
that men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things
and
live.
all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Name Yahushua.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
See the evils of curses,
The evil curse,
and punishment and instruction
promise and destruction
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against us.
thy prophets,
That prophet,
the teachers,
the teacher,
the princes,
prince,
the priests,
the priest,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite
in
brothers,
the school.
and the school.
See the evils of curses,
The evil curse,
and punishment and instruction
punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen.
and shake loose
And shake loose
the treasure of the rich of Israel
the treasure of the rich of Israel.
that refuse to give to the school.
They refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches
Force their riches
to enter thy sanctuary.
into thy
See
sanctuary.
the evils of curses,
The evil curse,
and punishment and instruction
punishment and destruction
to the Edomites,
to the
and
Edomites,
the nations,
and the nation,
and the drug
and their
dealers,
drug
the
dealers,
court
the
system,
court system,
the prison
the
system,
prison system,
Planned
Planned
Parenthood,
Parenthood,
all the governments of our
and all the
enemies,
governments of my enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Italian,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
skinheads,
cosmopolitans,
Comitatus,
the gay movement,
gay movement,
the lesbian movement,
lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
works of witchcraft,
witchcraft,
Nazi space program,
and space program,
Army,
army,
Navy,
navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the
and
internet,
airways,
and airways,
cable access channel,
cable access
and
channel,
radio
and
channel.
radio channel.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
Convict the spirit of many like
that
people
seek to stop us,
seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction
bring some destruction
to all the heathen
to all of you
that stand in the way,
stand in the way,
or try to stop us
try to stop us
from broadcasting your words
broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
And we saw the plague.
cause it to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro.
through the earth and consume
To
them.
the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
That Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel,
from down flying saucers,
down the flying
and
saucer,
punish all the heathen
punish all of you
that come up against us
come up against us.
as we speak thy word.
As we speak that word,
Cause we know by all.
because we know by all
That is the angels that have done it.
as angels have done.
Cause it spread through the media
Because we spread through the media,
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause it to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy
In the
coming.
name of Yahweh Shai,
Name Yahushua,
thank you always.
you all,
So be it.
so be it.
So,
Sar. Yeshabim, which means be seated.
all right, shalom, Israel. Shalom, Israel. It's IHK, Minnesota. With the Sabbath service, of course, every Saturday. Okay. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. We are going to get into Ezekiel chapter 20, verses 29 through 35. All right. And Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shai, Brakatah, to the brother. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Yahweh Shem Shai, to the sisters. All right. The water for y'all joining in. This is not going to be a long Sabbath service. We got some other, things to get into for today, Lord allow. So you got it.
Okay, what did you say it was?
So Ezekiel chapter 20, verses 29 through 35.
Okay.
God, yeah. So yeah, so like, give me 1 second.
Is it verse 29?
Yeah, God, yeah, 20 and 29.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, God, yep, 20 to 29 through 35. So yeah, so once again, if y'all got that app right that I mentioned before, which is the Hebrew and Greek interlinear app. Otherwise, Blue Letter Bible works just fine to follow along as far as the Tanakh, the Hebrew. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's jump into it.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 29 in the Hebrew. Wa'amar, Alam, Ma, Abba Ashar, Atam, Abayam, Sham, Wa'akwara, Shema, Bama, Ayawam, Azah. Verse 30. Lakan, Amar, Al, Bayah, Yasharal, Ka'ah, Amar, Adanya, Yahweh, Abadarak, Abawath, Yakam, Atam, Nasam, Ayam, Wakariah, Shakawatazah, Yaam, Atam, Zanayam, 31, Wabashat, Matan, Dayakam, Bai, Yar, Banyakam, Baash, Atam, Nasamayam, Lakal, Galawal, Yakam, Ayawam, Wanya, Adorash, Lakam, Bayap, Yasharal, Kaya, Anya, Naam, Adanya, Yahweh, Am, Adorash, Lakam, verse 32. Why la I'll for what could come? Ayawa la Daya Ashar Atham Amarayim Naya Kagawa Yam. Kamashpa Kawat. Aratazawat. Lasharat. Aitaza. Warban. Verse 33. Kaya. Anya. Naam. Adanya. Yahweh. Ba. Bayad. Azakwa. Wabazar. Why? Nasa Waya. Wabak. Ma. Chapawa. Ka. I'm a lock.
Because you speak Arab. I have to say, goddamn, somebody speak Arab. So like you. Good man. I'm like, damn, Arab over here? Hold on.
That I was having another type of utterance. Little heathen utterances.
You got other tongues I don't know about? Ooh, it's a lot, kid. Oh, that's funny. I like it. I was to say, you got the Holy Spirit to speak a different language, huh? It's a lot, kid, man. It's a lot, kid. No, that was funny, man.
Elijah come. Verse 34, go to verse 36.
35.
35, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Rataza Taya. Atakam. Man. Amaya Yam. Makwab Tazataya. Atakam. Man. Rataza Wat. Ashar.
That's not a tongue twister.
I know that's what I'm saying. It's no tongue twisters here. Yeah, that's what it sound like I was speaking to that. Yeah, it's some serious tongue twisters, this man.
No, it's been like that for a couple of weeks too. Even the Muggle Bar, he was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go back and watch last week's because I don't know if you laughed about it, but I was looking at him like, damn. Like he needs some help over there. Like he's speaking different language. Caught my attention.
Nepal Watazata Bum Bayad Kazakwa Wabazar. Why? Boy, I hate 450 to be in this situation like that. Therefore, brother, be in a little trouble here. That's the way out. Waba Kama Chapawa Ka. Well, times that I was sweating. I know I was sweating, probably seen on the camera when I was 50. Wabawapia. Atakam. Mother bar. I'm a young. Want a shop? Satya. Atakam. Isham. Panyam. Panyam. Okay, that's the end of 35 right there.
All right, no sweat. I'm trying to press. damn right. Okay. All right, so let me see here. 1 second. All right, that was good. Good job, the water. Let me see. 1 second. It's like somebody just graduated. Had to say congratulations. All right. All right. Shalom, Israel. Once again, I HBK. I don't know if you could turn Ezekiel 20 at the Bible.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to get straight into it. Break this down. All right. Yeah, when we get into it, break it down. If you have questions, you can ask any question if you may. Okay. Last week we spoke about a few different things, if I may. Let me see here. Let's see. So pretty much last week was, the last couple of weeks has been the same, just talking about, just speaking about more of the Most High trying to show us where we came from, right? And showing us, the past, the past mistakes that we made as far as serving these idols. And then in the time that Ezekiel was in at that time, just revealing to us again, we constantly keep, making the same mistake when we have to fix it by stop serving those idols and serve the Most High. Because if you think about it, Allah, the god of Shiva, Kali,
right?
What other gods out there? Ishtar,
Buddha.
all those gods are not real. All right, Nimrod was a real man.
You get right. Buddha was too.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. But like, go ahead,
they were just men.
They were just men. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? They were just regular men. All right. So Nimrod and Buddha was actually real, but still glorified as an idol. Like till this day, who's a idol right now? It's many of them.
You mean as far as like, what you mean
Black, Hispanic, Native Indians right now?
You mean as far as celebrities and
right.
stuff like that?
Or entertainers.
Yeah, hell, idols right now would be one of the biggest ones. I'm trying to think of who, because I don't even keep up with all this stuff no more like that for real. Who would be the biggest idol?
Okay, a lot of people still worship Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to say Martin Luther King because he was never a doctor.
Right.
That is something that he added to his name to look good.
Right.
All right. Yeah. You know what I mean? So Martin Luther King, or Michael King is his real name.
Yeah. Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad. Farrakhan. Yeah. Malcolm X still, still looked as powerful.
Right.
I honestly, like, I think every month I'm seeing some post or something about Malcolm X.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or Farrakhan at least. Think about it right now. I want to say LeBron maybe.
Yeah, LeBron is looked at, like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think LeBron is fully, his mind is not fully into
right.
What other people's mind,
right.
As far as in Hollywood is, what I'm saying. LeBron done showed a little something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was the one that they said shut up and dribble, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And they put a nigger on his
right.
on his house or whatever.
If I could, LeBron showed he showed the ability to think. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. Just like when they asked him that question about his father, they tried to get him to crap on his father's what they tried to do. But he said, he played it so diplomatic and so smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's actually smart in the game.
He is. Yeah.
He said, I don't know what happened between my mother and father.
Right.
And then he left it at that. You know what I'm saying? That
right.
was a good, smart, strategic way to play it. That means that he didn't piss off the league. He didn't piss off, what I'm saying?
It was a neutral answer.
You're right. Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah. But so like, if I may,
I keep hearing that come up a lot. As far as like they always ask about the mother, the father. Naomi Osaka, you know,
right?
Yeah, with her, you know, I mean, although her mother is Japanese, right, or Chinese, I believe Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese, but she always give props and respect to her people,
right?
Because of the seed from her father,
right?
And
yeah. How did she know that? Yeah, that's what I was saying. How did she know that? It must be something that because I know, you know. She probably don't know a lot about
disappoint. So like she's never disappointed, and like disappoint at all. Also too, she's with a rapper, but this brother, you know, they're around the same age. I mean, he a cool brother. You know, what I mean, I enjoy his music, everything. His name is Corday. I don't know if you ever seen the brother before.
I've seen like pictures of them two together.
Yep.
Yeah, I see pictures of them two together.
Yeah. Man, they are amazing. But that sister right there, she knows, you know what I mean, what's going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so many, you know, others as well. I would say another idol, you know, is Kanye West, although he's just out of his mind. Now some people are losing faith in him. And it's funny to even say the word faith because it's like we need to find a different guy because this one is messing up.
Right.
With all the mistakes, I mean, it's clear that the brother has mental illness. You know what I mean? But blame Hollywood for that.
Yeah.
Blame Hollywood for that. You know what I mean? He the same brother that said in that one song, some will leave your ass for a white girl, and he left his family for. He left sisters for a white woman who was a famous whore.
Right. Right.
Kim Kardashian is no different than Marilyn Monroe. Just a famous whore that was passed around and passed around. They're talking about Marilyn Monroe had a legacy. A legacy of what? Doing rides? What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She wasn't really known for anything.
She really wasn't known
Happy
for
birthday,
nothing.
Mr. President. I mean, come on. And known for screwing two dudes.
At the same time.
Right. Joe DiMaggio and was it John F. Kennedy, right?
Right.
Okay. One of the Kennedys.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, she was probably knocking down. Yeah,
all of them, even the children.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? Hey, a child, you never know. I don't put it past them.
No, I don't either.
I don't put it past none of them. Women can be child molesters and rapists as well.
Yes,
Do not get it twisted. Look what happened to R. Kelly. He is a byproduct of that. I believe he told the story at 8 years old. You know what I mean? The woman in the church violated him.
And that's the story of many, many, many black men.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And women. I mean, because a lot of the times women was molested by other women. You know what I'm saying? When they was little girls. But the prize, though, to destroy is that little boy. You know what I'm saying? That's just the pride. That's the pride because the males is the head of, you know what I'm saying? You know, the head of whatever society it is, you mess him up, you know what I'm saying? And everything else falls up under him.
Right.
You know?
Right. And sister said, sister Rakawana, she said gold digger. Damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I think if I could, I think the Kardashians are like high level witches. That's what I think. Think about it. They're Romanians, right?
Yeah, kind of.
And that stuff is real big in Romania. You know, there's something about them. I'm just saying, there's something about them that's real creepy.
Yeah, so a lot of people in the world they call it the Kardashian curse.
Yeah.
So anytime that they get their hands on a man, something bad happens to them.
Yeah.
So a story is that Lamar Odom, when he was with Khloe, right, Kardashian, who might be an Israelite because she don't look nothing like her sisters at all. She's still a Kardashian, but I don't know. I mean, she don't look like them at all. Her features are different.
If I could,
yeah, go ahead.
I looked into the family history of Barry Gordon. You know what I'm saying? It's a dude. It's called I forgot the name. Something charts. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I forgot the name of it. I'm subscribed to that so I can pull it up. But like Useful Charts, I think is the name of it.
Okay.
Called Useful Charts. It's a YouTube channel. And dude breaks down all of these different lineages and stuff like that. They have been known to do that. They've been known to, like, say, for instance, it'd be a sister married to an Amalekite, right? But at the same time, she'll get pregnant by an Israelite. And then that Israelite will carry on the Amalekite father's name.
I see.
Barry Gordy is Esau.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's an Edomite. And then it broke down the whole chart and all of that, you know what I'm saying, of who's who. So now you could actually see who's an Israelite, who's Esau, you know, and some of them that you think is Jake is Esau. And some of them, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's just real weird, the stuff that that's why Hollywood is a totally different world.
It is. It's not.
You know?
It's a world within this own world. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, a lot of entertainers, like a lot of comedians, they would joke about, you know, Hollywood but like for example, Cat Williams, Back in the World. When I was just, you know, just looking at every video, thinking it was always true, Illuminati, you know, Mason, 666, and all that stupid, you know, garbage. And just seeing how, you know, like Cat Williams and other entertainers were talking about, okay, specifically Cat Williams was talking about the Hollywood parties. And talking about like he mentioned names, and that was the part that killed me. He was mentioning names who saw at these parties and what they were doing, right? Literally behind closed doors.
Right.
You know what I mean? You remember Professor Ogilvy from the Parkers?
Right.
I remember he mentioned that he was chasing after a dude in a room and the door shuts and started hearing noises and stuff.
The hell?
Yeah, yeah. All types of stuff. But you know, also too, like even as a kid, watching the Parkers, it's a good show. But like when I seen him, he seems homosexual. I mean, he seemed like a sodomite. You know what I mean?
A lot of shit.
You know
Hollywood has always been full of sodomites because they didn't bring the stuff out back then.
Nah.
You know, in the 50s and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it shocked the world when Rock Hudson died of AIDS. And everybody figured out that Rock Hudson was a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember that stuff. I was just a little kid. You know, this happened back in like 1985. I was like 10 years old. And that was when AIDS very first, you know what I'm saying, hit the scene. You know, and everybody was so shocked that, that Rock Hudson was gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You remember that there was a song called "Solid, Solid as a Rock," and everybody come up with the joke and say, "Well, he ain't solid no more." You know what I'm saying? That was the joke. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he certainly wasn't the only one. I mean, Hollywood is full of homosexuals. Just like the people, every dude that's in clothing in Hollywood is a homosexual. That's
it.
Right. That has to be. You know what I'm saying? Just like you have to have a high school diploma to go into college.
Right.
You got to be a homosexual, you know what I'm saying, in that world in order to come out with a clothing line.
Right, yeah.
Versace.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Gay as hell.
The Pradas and all of those dudes, you know what I'm saying? They're all gay men. Gucci.
Michael Kors, maybe.
Right.
But yeah, and then also too, a sister had said, Salakia Tupac started bringing and putting them out there too, and Pimp C. She also said started putting the most industry on blast too. Well, that's very true. I do recall that as far as Tupac.
Right, and Pimp C, because I remember, sister's right. Pimp C did too, and that's, I mean, think about it. And they, you know, you ever think about it? Because you know, when they be dying in these hotels and stuff like that, you think, why the hell are they always by themselves?
Yeah.
These dudes roll with cliques of people with them at all times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Remember the movie Entourage, the show Entourage used to come on? Dude was never by himself. And that's how they really be out there. They're always with a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because when they die, they're always by themselves. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Who the hell was somebody just hitting everybody on their cell phone? Be like, yeah, you know, we ready to get this nigga today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. You look at all these people that died in hotels and stuff, like Sam Cooke and all of these people like that. You know, you can't help but to think, man, something, you know what I'm saying? Because once they start exposing things and they start not playing ball, you know what I'm saying, the way that they want them to, they start coming up missing.
Yeah. Hey, Sam Cooke was that nigga though.
You're right. You know what I'm saying?
I love his music.
You know, was it Otis Redding? I think it was. Did they murk him too?
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, you know, this is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, Hollywood is a mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Once again, it's a world that you do not want to be a part of. But but now, like, just to get back to the topic, like the whole thing was about idols, right?
Right.
And I mean, even in the time of Ezekiel, stuff like this was still going on. Like, this is nothing new. You know, Hollywood, the way it is today, is nothing different from what it was back then. You know what I mean? Right. Nothing is different from what happened back then, what's happening now. Right. I believe King Solomon said it best when he said there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
It may have a different name, it may look different than what it was back then, but it still has the same foundation, the same makeup. All right. So yeah, but as far as the Kardashian thing, I just want to say lastly before we get into the precepts, I want to say that there's a strong source that said that Lamar Odom that said that, you know, before he was with Chloe, he wasn't doing drugs, and his brother almost died. You know what I mean? A ball player or ex-ball player who, you know, Lamar Odom was a ball player.
Right.
Yeah.
So a ball player.
Yeah, so ex-ball player who, when he was with Khloe Kardashian, I mean, all of a sudden, you know what I mean? So like, he tried to edit the comments and they deleted it. Good night. Okay, they watching.
Yeah.
Well, I can still see the comments on my end, but okay. Well, no sweat. It's all good. But he wasn't doing drugs before. You know what I mean? He was doing drugs with her. I mean, during her. You know what I mean? But every time someone is near the Kardashians, something always terrible is going on. Right. It's always something weird. But I mean, for example, we got to look at Kanye West. He used to be sane in the head last time I checked, in the past, but now he just all twisted up. Boy,
they did a lot of stuff that made them, that violated their conscience.
That's exactly.
You know, so, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the truth that he had his mom whacked for success and fame.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And here's the thing too. When you're dealing with somebody like the Kardashians, somebody that's a real big name in Hollywood and stuff like that, right? And you say you don't do drugs, you know what I'm saying? But you trying to be on the come up, you know what I'm saying? And so now you surrounded yourself with these people that can actually make this thing happen. So now when they present that Coke, even though you don't do drugs, you're going to feel some kind of way if you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to feel like, because you're going to think of how they think. They sitting there thinking, okay, this dude ain't a team player. You, in order to be a team player, you got to get down how they do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, now they like, you don't know about this dude right here. So now what does the person do? Now he start doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? He started doing drugs because he wanted to be a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to start making that multi-million-dollar money. Right now, he only worth like $1 million or so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that can be clipped.
Right.
If he do the wrong thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Inside that world, it's a vortex, and it's gonna suck you in. So it's no surprise when all of these dudes run around and start having Edomite women and stuff like that. You know, they got brothels where they actually train women. To be feminine and stuff like that. They train them to be, you know what I'm saying? You know, and these are the type of women that are at these parties. They got pimps. They got high level pimps that are training like a lot of these. Well, this is how a lot of these NBA players and celebrities get their wives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They train them to be wives to these ball players. Now, the question I got to ask, you know what I'm saying, is you know, with that, then that should make our women even compete harder to be wives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It only makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If you got a woman that's trained to be a wife, and then you mad about him being with her, then that should drive you to be even better than she is. Just like you do in sports. In running, black women make sure they burn the hell out of the white girl. You know what I'm saying? They make sure of it. Well, do that when they become as far as with being a wife then.
Yeah.
Show that you a better wife, you more virtuous. You know what I'm saying? You know, because one of the things is one of the big reasons of why these black men is with these white women. Black women are a large portion of responsible for that. They're a large portion responsible for that. You know, how you gonna compete with everybody and every day? You compete with your men. You know what I'm saying? You compete, you know, for everything. You compete to go to Yale and Harvard, and you know you are overachiever when it comes to all of that. But the only damn thing you won't compete for is your black man, as far as him being your husband. You won't compete for that. You see, that's one thing that really trips me out right there.
I mean, you know, you want to thank the 1950s, the feminist movement,
right?
You know what I mean? Because and it's so crazy because white women did that to our sisters,
right?
And then whatever that poison that the white woman had, it did it to not just you know so-called black women, but it trickled down to all the other tribes as well. You definitely got to see that. Like, have you ever seen look, Hispanic woman and black women act the same when they have no guidance.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't have no morals. You know what I mean? And then the man is terrified in a corner of his wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she wears the pants in the house. She has, you know, all the control. And things of that sort. It's sad. I seen it the same way when it comes to, you know, other tribes as well. You know what I mean? And it's sad. Like it's a disease that was put into us. You know what I mean? Not only just black women was affected by the feminist movement, all of our women was affected. You know what I mean? But I think as far as how the media is portrayed, how the news and everything is portrayed, you just see a whole lot of black women who are, you know, destroyed like that, who, you know, want to compete with a man, who you know feel like they don't need a man, all they have is themselves and worry about themselves. That is stupid. Like if people listen to that, you are destroyed and you are going to be on a path of destruction.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Because if there's not a man in the house, you know what I mean, how do you expect to have protection for yourself, for you? If you have children, how are they going to be raised up?
Right.
Because how you are, that's what you're going to teach to your children.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you got to be careful. You know what I mean? But you know, a woman who there's a certain type of woman who can do their best to raise their children without a man around. You know what I mean? But let's say that you don't have a man, but you have father figures. You know what I mean? You have big brothers. You got an uncle or like a father figure. That's going to help you. You know what I mean? But in this world, good night. It's terrible.
If I could, here's the sad part about that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. You're so right. You got father figures around you. You got uncles. You got all kind of stuff like that. But here's the thing, though. Some of these sisters is so dead set in their ways. You know, that they don't want. Not only do they not want to, you can see why the man is gone. This is because what they'll do is they'll sit there, you know, and they'll want somebody to mentor their son. But as soon as you say something that they don't agree with, oh no, you know what I'm saying? No. They sitting there and being the damn, you know what I'm saying, gatekeeper of what the child knows, you know what I'm saying, without them knowing nothing themselves. And they don't want no masculinity around him because they don't want to, you know, my sister got mad at me, you know what I'm saying, because I had my nephew standing up when he pee instead of sitting down. You see what I'm saying? She got pissed. I don't want him doing that. He's at that age where he should be doing that. He should be goddamn sitting down and peeing. You know what I'm saying? He should be standing up like, you know what I'm saying, like a man. You know, that's that time to do that. You know, I don't want him doing that. So they don't, you know what I'm saying? They will, a lot of them drive away any type of male influence. And now you can sit there and see that the father just didn't just leave and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? No, now you can see because she did the same damn thing to him. You know what I'm saying? Make it to where you can't raise your son. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's sad. And I mean, honestly, like, if I may, okay, you know how I say nature teaches you this, for example, blah, 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 right?
Right.
Nature teaches you that a man and a woman belong together. That is in the Bible.
Right.
You know, I believe it says in the Bible. And when I say I believe, I know it does say it in there. But last time I checked these records back in Genesis, a man, you know, a man should not be alone. You know what I mean? A woman should not be alone either. I mean, the man and the woman are here for each other, you know, for a reason. You know what I mean? No one is, I mean, how do we evolve if we are alone? You don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We evolve together. All right. A man and a woman are supposed to be with each other, not separate. All right. A man and a woman being together hand in hand does a lot. All right. And that's how the Lord created it to be. I'll give you a better example as well. Brothers are never supposed to be alone. And when I say alone, I'm not saying like in a house and alone by themselves. But when situations and problems come up, who are you going to turn to? Yourself? No, you are the one who's going through the issues. But maybe someone who's next to you can help you with your problems. That's your brother. You feel me? You know what I mean? Now your woman can give you great, you know, advice or ideas, suggestions, whether you take it or not, but she can't give you the counsel. You know what I mean? That a brother can, because she's not a man of the Lord. She's just a woman. You feel me? But she can have great ideas and get great, you know, advice like, you know what, hey baby, I think we should, you know, maybe go to that store because, you know, better prices is, you know, cost less. You know what I mean? And husband said, all right, no sweat, let's do it. I'll follow your plan. That works. You know what I mean? As far as the actual wise counsel, the Most High deals with the man. But look, like that's like the fact that if a woman says that she don't need no nigga, she don't need no man, you are out of your mind. All right. But meanwhile, you raising up your, you know, your child, and you talking about, oh, this my young king. I just hate that. So like when they say that king thing, it just sounds just perverted in a way. You feel me?
Yeah, they just don't, you know, they don't know the role of a king or anything like that. They have no idea.
Yeah, but now, you know, talking about this 4-year-old child is the head of the household. This 4-year-old child don't even know half the things that's going on right now.
Right.
The child just wants to play, have fun, and eat. Watch TV, you know, just be a kid. I mean, it's like a kid. You know what I mean? But good night, like that's terrible. But you say you don't need a man, but you're dependent on your son. You know, who's only 4 years old.
Right, exactly.
And he's only 2 years old.
And then, if I could,
go ahead.
that relationship right there starts to get perverted, and a lot of times it takes on a sexual undertone.
Thank you. That's why I said yes.
She using that 4-year-old boy as a replacement for her husband.
There you go. That means that she needs a man.
Right. And then
she needs a man.
We wonder why, like LeBron James' mama start messing with screwing his teammate and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, why Stephen Curry's mama is twerking on people at the game. You know what I'm saying? And I said it once and I'll say it again. You know, a lot of these women is about destroying the image of her man and about destroying the image of black men. You destroy a person's image, you're trying to kill them.
Right.
And in some cases, that's worse than death, worse than killing.
I think you said this in your class, black character assassination.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That was a great class, by the way, if I may. That was a very great class.
Yeah, but you know, that's what, you know, they want to do is assassinate our characters. You assassinate somebody's character. So now when somebody try to, go and speak the truth to somebody, you don't listen to him based on who you perceive him as.
Right.
That's evil.
That's
what I'm saying. Right. And you know what? When people do that to people, the Lord gonna visit that person that do that.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna visit them. Straight up. That's not a good thing to do. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you're supposed to be, your man's fault. You're supposed to be covering.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then here's the funny thing about it. It's a sad thing because a lot of brothers find out how much their woman really hate them. You think she love you and all of that, but let me tell you who knows better. Who knows what it really is? Her friend.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Her friend, knows about the birthmark you got on your butt cheek or something. You know what I'm saying? Your friend knows all about all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, every day she tell her friend, behind your back of how much she don't really want to be with you and stuff like that. You know what? And when dudes find this out, they get real hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They get crushed. But here's the thing, though. That's the reason why the Apostle Paul said, husbands, love your wives, and wives, reverence their husbands. You ever notice he ain't say, wives, love your husband? He said, reverence your husband, which I looked up the definition of reverence. I thought it meant respect. But no, it means to be in awe of. Yo, you know what I'm saying? So anything under that, your woman gonna show how much she hates you. Yeah, it's messed up, man. That's the way that it really is.
Yeah, you're right. And then if I make this comments on here, a sister from South Dakota, she said, Khan Salakia, sir, oh no, Salakia. Khan Salakia, Birdman, P. Diddy be turning these rappers out to make a deal. That's very true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of clear evidence. I just don't think it's, I mean, you can't hide it, Salakia. So, let me see. Khan says major players in the industry have like a sex ring. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh man, Kanaga Bar, right? The brother, he had sent me a link. Maybe 2 years ago when we was at the old school location downtown.
Right.
And it was talking about all the big companies like Netflix, Hulu, Apple, Microsoft, Windows, Obama, Ellen, Oprah. All these big names and people who were participating in sex trafficking, and all they had was probation, and somehow it got swept under the rug.
Damn, you said Oprah, Obama, and everything was charged with that stuff too. Obama too.
That's what they showed. Yes.
Wow. And who was the third? The third one you said?
Ellen.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Right.
Oh yeah, I can shower. Yeah.
But it was big names. I'm talking about Netflix, Hulu, Microsoft, Apple. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like all these big companies that had ties. So all these people that I just named, or all the things I just named, they had ties to sex trafficking.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not to mention a lot of big famous not lawyers, probably lawyers. You never know. Senators, congressmen. You know what I mean? Right. So people who are in office as well. Like I was like, damn, like it was a whole list. I'm like, this has to be real because it was all over the place. And then, as you know, out of nowhere, it just was off the internet. I was like, okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. You know what I mean? But if I may, let me just keep going real quick. Okay. Let's get into the precepts. Yeah, you know, these industries, people have a lot of people do with the sex trafficking and missing children out here. Yeah, that's correct. The whole Jeffrey Epstein, I think his name is, case, so many rappers, actors, politicians, sports players, and owners, it's not just whores and heathens, but children too, right? And then another sister said, Khan, I'm doing it. Okay. So the sister was saying this, right? This is different, right? Right. She said, Khan, I'm doing it alone right now as far as raising, our boys. Sisters out in South Dakota. I can't stand it. I don't understand how sisters actually want this, meaning the whole independent lifestyle. Right. So I mean, what the sister, what it sounds like the sister is saying is that she want a man in the household. Right. You know what I mean? She want the help and guidance for a boys.
Right.
You know what I mean? And hey, sis, I'm gonna tell you what, it's coming for you, all right? You know what I mean? It's definitely coming for you. Just make sure that you do what you need to do in the school. And I mean, hey, as far as I know, when someone comes into the school, then everybody gets married. It's what it seems like. You know what I mean? There's somebody for somebody up in here. All right, a righteous type of UPK love, which is glorious. You know what I mean? So just wait on that. Be patient. In the meantime, just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? It won't be too long until brothers start asking about you, or you want a request to be with another brother. You know what I mean? Things of that sort. That's how it's happening. All right, because based on your work as well, that's what brothers look for. How you are as a as a woman. You know what I mean?
Right.
What sisters look for a brother, is he going to camp? Is he is he like, I mean, is he doing good? Is he on top of his stuff as a priest and prophet? You know what I mean? So all that stuff comes into play. So it's going to happen for you. You know what I mean? So and I pray it does as well. Yeah, us women and children need a man in the household, a priest and a prophet. Damn right, Abakawana. And let's give them a hand. That's right. That's right. Okay? Damn right. But who do not deserve a man is the woman in the world. Salaki.
Right.
Black men. Black men, Hispanic and Native Indian men. Stop giving your bride away for free, please. Good night. You know what I mean? Like Jeremiah said, being an Israelite, your bride is glorious. Salaki. You know what I mean? That's what he said.
Right.
Don't give it away to something disgusting and filthy. Filthy. You know what I mean? Just like be wise of what you're doing. All right. Don't give it away for free. It comes with a price. Okay. I ain't talking about prostitution, but what I'm saying is don't give it away to some garbage. All right, some whore. Give it away to a sister who really truly deserves it. Okay? Like don't give it away just to anybody because you're horny. You know what I mean? You are lustful. Give it to someone, a real woman who deserves it. And I've only met real women in the UPK. All right? A woman who is not of the world, who don't want to be against you but serve you. That's the woman that you want to give it to. A woman that's not going to put you on child support. That's who you hand your body over to.
Right.
All right. And also to stop sleeping with women who believe in abortion. You so damn horny. You forgot the fact that she likes to kill babies. She's a whole murderer. You know what I mean? And you still want the cat? Good night. Because what if you slip up and a baby is inside of her from you? Oh yeah, she is on her way to kill your baby.
Right.
Good night. You are going to be the next one on her list. And she's a walking cemetery. All right? Good night. Go ahead.
A lot of times, too, it might not even be her that, that wants to kill the baby. A lot of times it be their mama.
Or the pastor.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
The pastor.
You know what I'm saying? I done seen instances.
Wedlock.
All
that weird stuff.
I done seen instances where the mama is like, "Come on here, girl," and she really don't want to do it, but she's afraid of her mother. You know what I'm saying? And she'll abort the child just because she's scared of her mom, because her mom done beat the hell out of her whole damn life. You know what I'm saying? Done bullied her and her siblings the whole life. And just think about it. And then she just snatch her up and take her down, so then she go and get the abortion just so mom don't beat the hell out of her.
That's terrible, man. That's terrible.
Right. Well, I done seen that type of situation.
Salaki, we did elaborate a lot, but I think it was very much needed. But I mean, this goes back to just us talking about the idols, and actually this is still very much on topic, because idols will make you do all types of unlawful manner of wickedness, abominations that the Lord does not approve of, and that's our biggest issue. Lucky, our biggest issue when it comes to serving somebody other than the Most High.
Right.
The Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, they were always known to have one God. Even Christopher Columbus said it in his memoirs. All right, which I'm gonna have to get one day. You know what I mean, if I can find it, and just show even a lying devil who said that he discovered this world, which he did not. Even he spoke the truth about the native Indians, because at one point in time, we all clicked in. We were one body and one soul. And it's like understand, one body, not many bodies, one body. Meaning we were all on the same page.
Right.
And that same page was following the Most High only, and that's it. Okay. But now let's get into Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 29. Hour later. Good night. All right. So like sis said, yes, wicked mothers, grandmothers, damn right. Sometimes the men are too coward to make her keep his child and just take and raise his own seed. Salakia.
If I could,
Right,
though,
just report it.
here's the thing, though. The man don't have the choice over whether that child be born or not. That woman does. You see what I'm saying? That's one thing. The man has zero control, because regardless of whether he say, he try and talk her into it, just have the child. She'll go down anyway. Hell, she don't listen to him on how to dress. You know what I'm saying? He tell her to dress modest, or not to show your ass cheeks, and she go out and show her ass cheeks.
Mhm.
So that's not a man that can really talk her. If she's talking about an abortion, they can really talk her into keeping the child. He has zero control over that. You know what I'm saying? Just like women control who has, who has sex. You know what I'm saying? Women control who has sex, and women control whether they want to birth the child or not. The man has control over, actual marriage on paper. You know what I'm saying? He has control over that. That's the only thing. But in reality, I mean, in most cases, it's not expedient for us to do that. You know what I'm saying? He has control of that, but she has control over the other things. You know what I'm saying? Of whether the child gets born or not. Because hell, she can go, and her parents don't even. If her parents wanted to have a child, she can just say screw them parents and go get an abortion. You know what I'm saying? Because she's thinking about herself.
Right.
She's thinking about hot girl summer. I'm not gonna look so good for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that. You said hot girl summer, and I was thinking about something as you was reading Hebrew, and I was just thinking about that hot girl summer. Like it's really going to be a bloody summer for a lot of people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like everywhere. I'm not just talking about Minnesota, but like Minnesota people are dying left and right. You know what I mean? Just last week, you know what I mean? I seen some. Well, boy, I hate to even speak about it. Just last week, saw two dead bodies. You know what I mean? I told you about this a little bit, right?
Told me about it.
I saw two brothers laid out in the street dead, blood everywhere, and I've seen a body before as a child, which a child should never see a dead body. It's just not a sight that a child should ever want to perceive in its mind. But like it was terrible, man. It was just absolutely terrible and sad to see. You know what I mean? Two brothers lose their life over what? Beef,
Correct.
Gossiping, a female. What? It's really, really sad to see things like that. That's why we have to change our ways. And once again, like, and we ain't talking like how Christians talk. You need to fix your goddamn life, otherwise the Lord is going to kill you. And also too, for you sisters that are aborting your babies, the Lord is going to abort your ass. That's what he's going to do. He's going to abort you. When I say the word abort, I mean he's going to kill you as you're in your 40s, your 30s, your 20s. You're 17 years old. And you're just killing off every baby every time you get pregnant by random men.
Right.
The Lord is going to abort you. All right. So just let you know, forewarning. If you continue to abort these babies, the Lord is going to deal with you. He's going to visit you.
Right.
All right. So if that's your path of life, if you want to keep, if any brother or sister want to keep living their life in sin, whatever that sin is, you should start looking. I mean, you should start making funeral arrangements, because you're next. You are going to be the next body at the supermarket. You are going to be the next body when a stray bullet comes into your house and hit you and no one else. The next time that you take a puff of anything that you're smoking, you are going to die. And that is no conspiracy. I believe the Lord said that in the Bible. I believe all throughout the Bible. And we are going to read it. All right. So it's like, let's go ahead and get into this.
Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said unto them, what is the high place whereunto ye go? And the name thereof is called Bamah unto this day. Verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, are ye polluted after the manner of your fathers, and commit ye whoredom after their abominations?
Now, I want to say about this, right? Every time we read the Bible, a lot of people in the world, they say, well, that Bible was written by men. You know what? You are absolutely right. Because last time I checked, 1 Timothy 3 and 16. Let me just grab that real quick. 3 and 16. It actually proves that point. You are right. The one thing I will say, this book was not written by white men. Okay? What they did was they used it against you. That's all.
Right.
All right. That's all. So let me see. Let me see. Let me see. No, that's not it. I'm thinking about something else. It might be close to. Hold on. Inspired to write the Bible. It's a precept that someone gave me a long time ago. Okay, actually it was 2 Timothy. So it was, all right, okay, I was off the chapter. A book. All right, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. All scripture is given by the inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So yeah, you know what I mean? Inspiration of the Most High.
Right.
Now the Most High officially, have a pen and paper and write this, but he did it through the prophets and priests of the Lord. As you know, Ezekiel is a book. He is a man. All right. And this is written by the inspiration of the Most High, but through men. Okay, so yeah, men did write the Bible. You damn right. But it was through the inspiration of God. It's no different than when, like for example, there are blind people who have wrote many books. It's this one famous white woman. They used to teach about her all the time in school. I forget her name.
I think I know who you're talking about. What was it? Helen Keller or something?
There we go. Most on Christ. Helen Keller, Karen, I don't know. But anyway, you know what I mean? Like she was a blind woman. I think she was only blind and deaf, or just blind.
No, she was blind and deaf.
There we go. Boom. There we go. So she was blind and deaf, and she pretty much, in a way, she communicated in a way to where she was able to write books through someone else. So although someone else is writing the book, so like for example, Tarab is telling me everything what to write on the paper, but these are not my words; these are his words. He's the author. All right. I'm just like the, what is it, like a scribe?
Right. Yeah. Like
a scribe. You know what I mean? Because all the books in the Bible, it's not necessarily written by the names that you see of the books. There are scribes who actually wrote, who actually watched and took notes of what was going on at that time and put it in the book. All right, you feel me? So anyway, so yeah, so anyway, go ahead, keep going. Actually, can you read that from the top because that point.
Okay. Verse 30. Wherefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, are ye polluted after the manner of your fathers?
Meaning what? Are you polluted after the manner of your fathers?
All the whoredoms that our forefathers was in, following Baal, or whatever, Asterisk. That was a big one right there too. That's what the one that we wanted to hide right there. That's why the Most High said, "Put away your gods and Asterisk." Yeah, that's the Most High said specifically that one because that'd be the one, that god of feminism. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of male feminists out here too. You know what I'm saying? Actually, the male feminists is what really give the females the power. You know what I'm saying? That's the God that we tucked under the vest right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's the reason why the Christian church is full of estrogen.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very much. It's just it's potent in there.
Right.
You know, as soon as you walk in the door, you can, you know, like you can get the sense of the vibe.
Right.
That is just female energy.
Right.
You know, I mean, how they say it. You know, I mean, I really don't like to say the word energy because it's used with just so much Christianity and just I don't know. Now,
Right.
a lot of words just sound just sound annoying after a while.
Right.
You know what I mean? After people say it.
Female force, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The female, actually the female spirit, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's all on the males, you know what I'm saying? That's why she up preaching and teaching while he's sitting there with the kids on his lap with tears in his eyes.
Oh, baby, that was a good sermon.
Yeah, cried and everything. Praise Jesus.
Right.
You know, he's sitting there like he's the woman. You know, this big 6'5", 300-pound dude, you know what I'm saying, look like a football player. Man. He's sitting there with the kids on his lap. Man. You know what I'm saying? While she up, you know, talking about the Chandler Boucher top. You know
all right, let's keep it going. But you're right about that though. Good night.
And commit ye whoredom after their abominations, verse 31. For when ye offer your gifts, when ye make your sons to pass through the fire, ye pollute yourselves with all your idols.
Now, okay, your sons to. So when you make your sons to pass through the fire, so back then that was actually a real thing.
Right.
So sacrifice was an actual real thing back in the day, where you actually sacrifice your children for your idol. You know what I mean? The Most High asks you to sacrifice your children. You know what I mean? For Him.
Right.
Now, as far as there's different contexts of sacrifice that the Most High does require. But this right here, this is of your idols.
Right.
And your idols. I mean, it's funny because a lot of them are just heathens.
Right.
They are just heathens made up, and they are all damn near all white. Just, I mean, damn near. Otherwise, just, you know, they are just recycled idols with different names. They expect the same thing. You're doing the same worship and rituals and just witchcraft as far as just idols. The Most High doesn't want your children to pass through the fire.
Right.
But now, passing through the fire today is having your children celebrate Halloween.
Right.
You tell your children, don't talk to strangers. You know what I mean? But you're knocking on strangers' doors asking for something, candy, trick or treat. You know what I mean? And there's going to be a trick and a treat with your child.
Right.
I mean, horror stories that I heard about being a child learning about Halloween. You know what I mean? Actually celebrating Halloween as a child and just hearing just, you know, kids getting hurt or kids missing.
Right.
I can only imagine.
Putting stuff in the candy, putting razor blades in the candy,
or otherwise injecting like drugs and stuff like that.
Right. If I could, and nowadays it's damn sure not a time to be going, you know, trick or treating and everything. They got so many drugs out there now. They could be putting fentanyl in the candy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the next. You know what I'm saying? And then you got liquid drugs, liquid cocaine.
Yes, you do.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Your child bouncing off the wall, you think it's because of some sugar.
Yeah, or ADHD.
Yeah, ADHD.
No, it's not. It's not.
In reality, he had that damn cocaine. He had some that blow.
Yeah. He's off the walls.
Right.
He smacked. He lit.
You know, that's just messed up. You know what I'm saying? You give him, you know, the child something like a Mickey inside the candy or some crazy stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways, keep going. So, yeah. So pass through the fire is just having just having your children, you know, sin.
Right.
Or just like having some form of worship to an idol. That's passing through the fire right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm sure, you know, I mean, people are killing their children right now. Well, actually, so like they are killing their children right now for a sacrifice of whoever they serve. This white couple just went to jail I believe for life. I believe for life because they allowed a disabled child, they allowed a disabled child to rot on a couch. So they got hit with manslaughter, but they are still gonna, be in there for a good time.
Right.
And then I just seen another article somewhere in the U.S. where these children pretty much left their children for dead on purpose. And they were getting high and stuff like that. So I mean, even being high is an idol, idol to that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got stories like that.
Right.
You got people who are killing their actual newborn babies, and they don't understand why and all this other stuff. Like once again, these idols, man.
Right.
All right. But anyways, keep it going.
Yeah.
Oh, so like the sister said, what's crazy is people will say they don't believe in the Bible because of a man wrote it, but believe in horoscopes and tarot readings. Who the hell do they think wrote them? Man.
Right.
Man.
Right. And you know what? And they always believe something that's written. And everything that is written by a man. You know what I'm saying? Except for the 10 commandments that Moses had, you know what I'm saying? That was the only thing that the Most High had written when he said he wrote it with his own finger. You know what I'm saying? But ain't none of us got that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that stone, you know what I'm saying, that it was written in. But I mean, men write everything, and everybody that sit there and say, well, that Bible was written by men, but then they reading the Egyptian Book of the Dead. The man wrote that too. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight up hypocrisy right there, If that's the case, then just don't read nothing then. You know what I'm saying? The person shouldn't read nothing. If he believes that everything and anything that's written by man just can't be true, just don't read nothing. Just be real with what you believe in and don't read nothing. Simple as that. I would have, you know what? I could respect a person more if they did that. If they just didn't read anything.
Yeah. So in that case, when you're in your car, don't read the signs that say, turn left, turn right, merge. Don't read it.
Yeah, it's written by man.
Yeah. The signs are created by men.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't. I give up.
Right.
I don't know. I see what General Herman you said, because in the last class he had me cracking up because he was like, look, conspiracies and shit like that. He was like, I don't give a F. And I was just laughing. I was just like, damn. He's like, look, he's like, talk to somebody who can deal with that, because he said, I'm trying to get you to stop being killed at a supermarket. He was like, all the other stuff. He said, I just don't care. I don't know. You know what I mean? And then he said, I'm sure I offended somebody. You know what I mean? Last time I talked to somebody about conspiracy theories, because I just don't know. I don't care about it. And I laughed. It was so funny. And he was like, by the way, Salaki.
Yeah, after hearing that stuff so many times,
it's just so,
it was like,
it's just so stupid.
Yeah,
And just it just doesn't. It's not logical. Like, that's not what's going on right now. All right. The conspiracy is right in front of you, and I believe Commander Jerry Hunter said that.
Right.
What's happening in front of you is what's the niggas being targeted purposely. The fact that this white devil, right? He was a trained killer.
Right.
And then that manifesto, like, good night. That manifesto just laid it all out. Like he made his own story headlines, so no one could, say anything or try to remix it.
Right.
He lets you know his true intentions. And that's why they took down the video, which I still haven't seen. I've seen a picture, but I really don't want to watch videos like that. You know what I mean? But like, for educational purposes and just to get the spirit and feel of things, like, I watch when our brothers and sisters, get shot down in the streets. It's terrible, man. Right. It's hard to see, but man, I mean, it's right there in front of your face. You can't run from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But trained devil, man, a trained devil.
And,
but, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's many trained devils. This is how they get down. You know what I'm saying? Because they got access to outdoor shooting ranges, got people with land and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, niggas just have a hard time fishing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Right. But keep going.
Even unto this day, and shall I be inquired of by you, O house of Israel, as I live, said the Lord God, I will not be inquired by you. Verse 32. And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathen.
Say that one more time, please. But I know you want to say something after that.
Right.
You gotta go ahead.
That ye say, we will be as the heathen. The Most High makes sure that we're not going to be like them, even though we're in their midst and we don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't understand. Well, you know, you be out with your white friends, you know, in the woods and everything, and you out there, it's gonna come into your mind. Damn, I can get hunted out here. You know what I'm saying? You start to think about things like that. That's the Lord reminding you that, you know, that what he said right here, you know, what did come into your mind shall not be at all. You, as far as you want to be exactly like them. We can't do like what the Italians and, you know, and people like that have been able to do. Because that's what we try to do. Because Italians, when they first came here, they was looked at as off-white, not really white, dirty rice. Right. You know what I'm saying? They was looked at like that. But eventually they could go on and become white, just like the Jewish. The same thing, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, what did the Jewish start doing? They started going off from being the tough guy gangsters and everything and started getting into law school. Right. Which that was already funded for them by the people, the Jewish people that had money. Right. Were funding the ones that didn't have money so they can go through law school and stuff like that. So they can become doctors and all of that. And they can blend in and melt in and assimilate and be white people, what they actually are. Arabs have been able to do the same thing. You know, like Arabs, Asians, all of them. We cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, it made us separate for a reason. And when you try to, you know, kick against the pricks and try to, you know, assimilate anyway, you're going to get rebuked. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get rebuked. You're going to get rejected. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's going to happen. Yeah, it might seem like, you know, you're getting along at first. But then it's going to become a thing that's going to, you're going to run into that brick wall of racism. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You know, if I may, that's a good point that you're making, because that's always in the back of my head when I'm dealing with heathens, just you know, everyday life. Right. You know, like you know, an Asian dude, you know, who I work with in the morning for like about 4 hours in the morning, and then he does something different, you know what I mean? Because we have so many different departments. But anyway, you know, all he really does is just talk and talk and talk, you know, very annoying. But like, you know, he touches on a lot of topics and stuff like that. And he had asked me a question about, damn, what the hell he said? He had asked me a question about, oh yeah, if I was mixed or whatever. I said, no, you know, both of my parents are pretty much, you know, a little darker than me. Not too much, but a little bit, you know what I mean? Or, you know, they both Judites, you know what I mean? I was like, why do you ask? And he was like, you know, because, you know, you're light skinned. I had to tell him, like, you know, I kind of chuckled and laughed, and I'm just like, but I laughed because it wasn't funny. It's just like, you know, people don't understand that just because someone's light skinned doesn't mean that you have a white parent. You feel me? You know what I mean? Right. Last time I checked, 2 black parents can have a child who looks like Esau. I didn't see it. You know what I mean? I personally know somebody who actually has a child. You know what I mean? Where they're both Israelites and have a child that looks like they're Esau, right? Right. You know what I mean? So I told him, skin color does not determine your nationality. Right. You know what I mean? But I was telling him also too that, you know, you are the seed of your father. Right. You are not the seed of your mother. A lot of people, I believe a lot of people get confused is how you look.
You're right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm actually, it's not what I believe. That's what it is. A lot of people get confused by how you look, but then when they see they go off how you look, not who the Father is, because we have been, how can I say it? I don't want to say brainwashed,
Yeah,
but
we've been
colonized in a way,
Americanized. Yeah, we've been taught way wrong concerning that.
Right.
The whole concept of the seed, you know what I'm saying? We've been taught to go against nature.
There you go. Thank you. So yeah, I just wanted to yeah, what I mean, and my little brother, what I mean, he was a lot lighter. Oh no, actually, it's like my second oldest brother. What I mean, I was told by birth. I seen the pictures. He was lighter than me. What I mean, but now he has color to him. What I mean, so it's like you can't go off of that.
Yeah.
And pretty much I would just confound him. Like everything that he was saying, I would rebuttal and just confound him. And I'm just like, and then it was something else he mentioned about race. And I confounded him on that, but it was light. Of course, I want to go super hard, what I mean, and just crush him. But I'm at work, so I was light with it, and even with that, the conversation shifted. He's just he was quiet, what I mean. But I started to see the pattern because they went from we co-workers, buds and stuff like that, but then the conversation and the spirit changed. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel me? Like,
right.
Like heathens, they like, oh, brother, friend, how you doing, brother? Oh, we family, But once I really open my mouth and give you the real without displaying racism at all, now it's like I'm the enemy. But always, I mean, heathens are always going to present themselves to be against you, always.
Right.
It is just like there's a living demon inside of white people, our oppressors. There's a demon that lives in the other nations where they are meant to be against you.
Right.
And no matter how hard you try to fight it, it's always going to be in them.
Right.
Always.
Right. Every nation has a demon that's actually over it. You know what I'm saying? And how that people are is how that demon is. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Asians like eating octopuses and all kind of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The demon is actually over them, indulges in those type of, unclean foods. Also, this is the stuff that he likes. You know what I'm saying? Remember the scripture in Daniel when Daniel said when the angel had told him that he was fighting against the prince of Persia.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't fighting no man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, one angel could take out 70,000 dudes, you know what I'm saying, just in an instant like that. What man could actually stand against, you know what I'm saying, an angel? So this prince of Persia was actually a huge, powerful demon that was over Persia. You know what I'm saying? Because what the Most High wanted to translate the kingdom from the Medes and the Persians onto Esau so he can fulfill his plan. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the demon is standing in the way. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting. He's standing in the way, and the angel has to war with him. And it took 21 days for him to even get the message to Daniel because, you know what I'm saying, there was a blockage even there. For him to even get the message, to get the prayer, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this demon had power to even try to hinder Daniel's prayers. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it is, you know what I'm saying? And that demon that was over Medo-Persia and everything, because this was at the time where the Persians was getting ready to start to, this was the time where Artaxerxes and Darius and them would be gone, you know what I'm saying? And there would be another Darius that would step in, and this dude is who the kingdom would, be translated, from, because that's where that demon was actually fighting. These demons actually, they go to war. You know what I'm saying? You got a demon over Moab. You got a demon over the Hamites and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say every place has a certain type of spirit,
right?
Demon or vibe,
principalities,
all that stuff. You know what I mean? That's why, like for example, this is proof, right? A lot of people, when you name off cities, you know what that city is known for.
Right.
As soon as you hear Chicago, oh, that's the murder capital.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's a demon of killing, violence,
and civil rights is real happening. Civil rights,
yes,
too.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. So all that is real. It's true.
Right.
Right. I mean, you have spirits. You have you have demons and things of that sort that are ranked over places.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's why that angel had to fight, and these demons are not weak. They're strong. They're super powerful. A lot of them, especially when you talk about, he said the Prince of Persia. This was the mightiest demon of the Persian Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a war against him. Brittany, keep reading.
Mm-hmm.
We shall be as the heathen, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone. Verse 33. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out, will I rule over you.
So like if I may, verse 32, when it says to serve wood and stone. Anytime that you see wood and stone in the Bible, just think of, it's more, so the answer that I'm going to give, it's more than that. It's still speaking about idols. So wood, it's not actually talking about an actual wood and stone. Think about idols, right? So for example, wood would be Christianity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Also too.
Because
you got in the Catholic Church, you got the idol, the cross.
The cross,
and
right.
then you got also the statues and everything that that they be having too, which is made of stone.
Right. So if you want to think about like the biggest religion on the face of the earth right now, Christianity, Islam, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's one example, but it gets more. We can get more into detail another day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I did hear another breakdown where there's more detail into it. But just think about idols, Christianity, a religion. You know what I mean? Because I mean, really, a lot of religions are really the same. You know what I mean? They kind of share and do the same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But of course, in the UK, we don't have a religion.
Right.
We have laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right. Because they all come out of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? That's why they bear the same, the same characteristics.
Right.
Islam comes right out of Babylon too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Freemasonry come right out of Babylon.
Absolutely.
Christianity come right out of Babylon. You think the cross just came through in the New Testament? No, the cross has been here. It was in ancient Babylon and Nimrod. That's the way they would crucify people there too. You know what I'm saying? The cross has always been a symbol of death. You know what I'm saying? And it was actually even before the flood and everything. Because what did they do after the flood? They just took the same old gods from the pre-flood era and put them in the new world. You know what I'm saying? They saved those gods and just popped them up. You know what I'm saying? And just renamed them, stuff like that, but still the same old gods.
Yeah, you are right. All right, keep going. Go ahead, close it out. Okay. Unless you want to say something that's important.
Verse 34, and I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. How did the Most High bring us the first time in the ancient time of ancient Egypt with fury? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's how you're going to bring us out this time. You know what I'm saying? With fury also. Right. Same thing.
Right. That's right.
Verse 35, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. And to plead actually means to send plagues. Yeah, plague, you know what I'm saying? At this time, the Most High ain't going to be playing. He's going, you know what I'm saying? Remember the description when he said he's going to bring us through the fire, like gold is tried. Yeah, what do? You put the gold through the fire and it burns off all the impurities. So next thing you know, what you get on the other end is just pure gold. No different metals and alloys or whatever you want to call them mixed in with it. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You got pure gold coming out at that point. Then the Most High will be satisfied with that. But that's what's going on here right now. It said, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face, means directly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like when the Lord says I plead with you, it's not saying like a lot of people think like plead is like, oh please,
and beg. Right.
Yeah, I'm begging. Not the Most High is going to deal with you.
Right. That means
it's not going to be good.
Right. And the Most High pleaded with the Egyptians. What did he do? He sent the plagues.
Oh yeah.
He sent the frogs. Sent the, you know what I'm saying, the locusts. Yeah. He sent the, you know what I'm saying, the darkness over Egypt at the time when he separated us, and we had Goshen, we had light, and they had nothing but darkness for like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Thick darkness too.
The Lord's not playing.
Right. They had that for 3 days, you know. Yeah, it's you know what I'm saying? And then he played also when he killed the firstborn. You know what I'm saying? He killed the firstborn. We're so crazy about it. I read one book, you know, I don't know how true it is, but damn, it does sound right. It said not only did the Most High take out the firstborn of everything, right? And everybody, but what he also did, even the firstborn of the dead, it said even the firstborn of the dead was dug up in their graves and cast up on the earth. It was like, whoa.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was vicious. I was like, man, even the ones that have been dead for hundreds of years was cast out, and their bones was cast out upon the earth. I was like, yo.
Good night.
I was like, yo.
Good night.
And that book said also too said that because a lot of the heathens try to put their children with our children so that their children wouldn't die. You know what I'm saying? It said when the Most High was taking out the firstborn, it said it'd be like two black boys. A black boy and an Egyptian boy walking together. Said out of nowhere come a damn lion and just take take out the heathen. So the Most High got serious. It said even the Egyptians that were in other lands. You know what I'm saying? You know how the white man tried to travel the earth and everything. You know, the Learning Channel, and he's, you know what I'm saying, all over the earth. Said the Most High was taking them out in the other lands that they was at too.
Right.
I was like, yo, this is serious. And I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying?
No, you do gotta show me that book though.
Yeah. I'm gonna introduce you to that book. You know. Yeah, I was like, well, some of the stuff that I read in there, I'm like, yo, because it went into such graphic detail. I'm like, damn. It said that even when when the Most High turned the rivers to blood, they were trying to have. They said that they were trying to have their children to drink out of the same cup as our children, so it wouldn't turn to blood, right? Said that the Hebrew child would drink it, it'd be water. But then when the Egyptian will take it, it'll turn right to blood right at the time that he's drinking it. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was it on that?
Yeah, that was it. That's it.
All right, so all right, so that's it on that. We're gonna go ahead and get into the prayers. Let's get it.
All right. Imagine.
No, that's not. I got it. You got it.
One like your dome runs face to the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abano. Shabbat Shemayim. Gadash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Daba'ah. Barzaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barakaza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Thunder now. Come. Call. Yawam. Wasalaki now. Kabawafi now. Kasalaki now. Kabawafi now. Wala'ah. Gabayah now. Manasai one. Bo. Awashai now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Malakwa. Wa'ala. Wa'atapar. Lawalayim. Ama.
Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth. As it is in heaven. This is day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Alahari. Mayan. Yaba'ah. Azariah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemaiah. Waratazar. Al-Yatam. Amawat. Ragauka. Al-Yanawam. Shemarka. Ana'ah. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yashan. Shamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shemarka. Yahweh. Yazalka. Al. Yad. Yamyanka. Yawmam. Hashemas. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Wayala. Yahweh. Yashemarka. Makal. Ai. Yashamar. Atnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Shazaka. Wawaka. Mayata. Mai. I will not.
Psalms 121 in the English. I lift up mine eyes. To the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help comes from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel. Like he that keepeth Yasha'ala. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Ba'ukashah. Thunder now. Hakak. Rapa'ah. Kalmakala. Kalmarawa. Matazar. Matazar. Hakak. Haki. Mati. Arakawa. Garsha. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Waraman.
The power in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Prayer to bless Israel, Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Baraklan out. Ba'asha'ala. Biyah. Safari. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magun. Say the name of loved ones once, everyone repeats the name once.
All right, for the time's sake, once again, Salakia, we do got a roll. So all of Israel. Israelite School UPK. Brothers and sisters outside of the UPK. Those dead in Christ.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
In English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In school.
Bless Hill shall protect.
Bless Hill shall protect.
Loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Ka. Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Tashakwa.
Al-Tashkwa.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Al-Yabika.
Wabika.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Al-Maka.
Ya'ayama.
Ya'ayama.
Sawar.
Sawar.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Yatazawa.
Yatazawa.
Al-Tazwapanka.
Al-Tazwapanka.
Marwa.
Marwa.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Nakiyadam.
Nakiyadam.
Galia.
Galia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Yashal.
Yashal.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya. Yatazawa.
Natazawa.
Abba.
Abba.
Kadwa.
Kadwa.
Aliyaka.
Aliyaka.
Arya.
Arya.
Yakaratu.
Yakaratu.
Alia.
Alia.
Anawam.
Anawam.
Why?
Why?
Yashimai.
Yashimai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Hagard.
Hagard.
Nabal.
Nabal.
Waimawan.
Waimawan.
Malak.
Malak.
Alashah.
Alashah.
Ayn.
Ayn.
Shabi.
Shabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum.
Gum.
Ashawar.
Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Amam.
Amam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zawat.
Zawat.
Nabanya.
Nabanya.
Nawat.
Nawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Yasara.
Yasara.
Yabi.
Yabi.
Banakao.
Banakao.
Yashma.
Yashma.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamad.
Bayanda Ira.
Andar.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Adama.
Adam.
Shatama.
Shatam.
Nada.
Nada.
Ya.
Ya.
Mawa.
Mawa.
Kara.
Kara.
Wagaza Abba.
Abba.
Wagaza Ba.
Wagizaba.
Wagazal.
Wagizal.
Nai.
Nah.
Call.
Call.
Nasir
Wasakam.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Marwa.
Amar.
Narasha.
Narasha.
Nawa.
Now.
Ah. Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatam.
Shayatam.
Gauka.
Go.
Kwash.
Kwash.
Panya.
Panya.
Waka.
God.
Kaash.
Gosh.
Nayabar.
Dabar.
Yara.
Yar.
Wakalahab.
Wakalahab.
Alahat.
Alahat.
Aryam.
Aryam.
Khan.
Khan.
Yardama.
Dardam.
Basiarka.
Basar.
Ubasa.
Ubas.
Upatka.
Upat.
Tabalaham.
Tablam.
Malaa.
Malah.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kalawan.
Kalaman.
Rabakash.
Rabakash.
Ka.
Ka.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Bash.
Waba Awa.
Wabao.
Idea.
Ai.
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 Akaparwa.
Kapal.
Waya Abadwa.
Abad.
Waya Dawa.
Daw.
Kayata.
Kayat.
Ka.
Suka.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Baka.
Bak.
Iowa.
Alwan.
Ow. Call.
Go.
Aharataza.
Arasa.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thou silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
Lo.
thy enemies make a tumult.
Enemies make tumult.
And they that hate thee
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
Have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against our people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
So against our hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off of being a nation.
let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yasha Allah
In the name of Yahshua,
may be no more in remembrance.
there be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one
They
consent.
have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are federate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
Tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
Moab,
Moab,
the Hagarenes,
Harry,
the Baal,
the Baal,
and Ammon,
Ammon,
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines with the habitants of the Tyre.
Philistines, and inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also joined with them,
Ashur also was joined with them.
that have hope in the children of
That have
Lot,
hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah.
doing to them as unto the Midianites,
But to them,
To the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
Rebekah's son,
which Paris had endured.
Paris had endured.
They became as dung for the earth,
They became known for the earth.
making nobles like a rib,
Making nobles like a rare,
and like Zeeb.
like Zee,
Yea,
yea,
are the princes as a bat,
all the princes of Rock,
and as a moon,
and as the moon.
who said,
Said,
let's say to ourselves,
let's take for ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession,
the house of Yahweh in possession,
O my power,
on my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
fire burns the wood,
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy temple,
Persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
make them afraid with thy storms.
Fill the faces with shame,
With the face of shame,
that they may seek thy name.
they might seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded in trouble forever.
let us be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea, Let it be put to shame and perish.
Let it be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed be Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Say he was a curse, and punishment and instruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, in the school. Say he was a curse, punishment and instruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, that refuse to give to the school, force the riches, into thy sanctuary. Say he was a curse, and punishment and instruction to the Edomites, and the nation, and the drug the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, everlasting gods and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Totalitarian, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, positive ties, gay movement, lesbian, spies, works of witchcraft, Nazi space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, cable access, and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all of you that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. That is all the plagues, causing to go to and fro through the earth and consume you. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel, come down to flying saucers, and punish all the heathen that come up against us. As we speak thy word, cause to be known by all. That is, the angels that have done. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause it cause them to shake out thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you always. So be it.
Right.
Yahweh Hashem Rashab Rakia.
Yahweh Hashem Shabrak. Yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Shabrak. Yeah.
All right, with that being said, that concludes the Sabbath service. All right, Shalom, Israel.